What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the storming outside, not really much I can do about it. And also I want to preface this video by saying I have no hard feelings towards Stephan. I'm actually a really big fan of his channel, and I just wanted to use his name in the title to help bring awareness to what's going on in fast fashion and hopefully get some views. Had to say it, but let's get into it. So when I say that Stephan should stop wearing H&M, what I really mean is everybody should stop wearing every single fast fashion brand that exists. And I want to give you guys kind of like a rundown on why I've formed that opinion. So the first big issue with fast fashion is the amount of emissions that it puts off every single year and the amount of waste that's created by it each and every single year. So the amount of emissions getting put off by the creation of clothing only seems to be going up over time as the want for more and more clothes seems to just keep rising. And on the other end of this, the disposal of clothing just keeps going up and up and up, and none of these clothes really are being recycled or reused. So in the past, garments used to be made to last like 20 to 30 washes, and now things are being made to last like 3 to 5 washes. This t-shirt is a really good example. I believe it's like from the 80s or 90s, and I've washed it a bunch since I've owned it. I bought it secondhand, and there's no fading. The colors are still really strong and vibrant, and the stitching is done super well. The t-shirt's like a really thick, heavy material, and it's really hard to find items like this nowadays because everything is just made to get out as quick as possible and like serve as like a trend or like a design, but there's really no quality to these products that are being released, and that's why a lot of them end up in a landfill. Another reason why so many of these clothes are being disposed is because even if something is good quality, a lot of times it's just super trendy and in a couple years won't be looked at as cool or be sought after anyways. There's really no like resale value and stuff that you get from H&M because the style kind of comes and goes, and by the time it's went, that garment's worth nothing, which is why I think style is better than trying to stay on trend, because good style is everlasting and doesn't really care about what's happening in the moment, whereas trends, you're kind of always trying to catch up and you're always spending money to stay on top of something that's always changing. And the second thing that really irks me about fast fashion is they're always stealing designs, whether it be from big brands like Balenciaga and like Versace and Gucci and stuff like that, or stealing brands from like really small designers that they just find on Twitter or something, which I think is like the lamest thing ever. You're a multi-billion-dollar company and you can't even compensate some artist on Twitter who really doesn't have a platform to sell their product, so you take their design and you're pretty much selling the product that they made. It's really shady. I just don't respect these companies for a lot of their products because they're straight rip-offs of other things. There's a big difference between being inspired and just completely taking someone else's work and changing like one small detail to make it your own. It's really corny, and whenever I see brands doing it, it completely devalues that brand for me, and I never want to purchase anything from them. So not only do these brands like H&M treat designers horribly, they also treat their workers horribly. So you got to keep in mind, we're not seeing a lot of this every day, like people in the United States or in nice places in Europe, because a lot of these garments are being made in really poor places in Indonesia and India and countries like that. And in these places, people don't really have to pay living wages. So people are working for like $1 like a week or something like that. I could be off on the numbers. I'll hopefully give you guys some more exact numbers on that. It's been a while since I've looked at anything, but I couldn't imagine trying to live off of the wages that some of these people are making. And it kind of seems like they're forced to work every single day, and this can turn into really, really big issues. There was a factory, I believe, in Indonesia where the workers knew that the building was going to collapse, and it was like a pretty known problem, but nobody did anything about it. It's just really sad thinking about someone being forced to go into super risky work environments and able to make less than we would consider a living here in the United States. So that's a big reason why I don't shop with fast fashion brands. I try to shop with brands that I either know the owner or like have seen the owner grow, which like obviously I do buy designer stuff every once in a while, but those brands aren't making as much clothing, so they're definitely not wasting as much clothing. And you can even have your kind of like middle tier brands like Patagonia and North Face are definitely nicer, but they're super sustainable, and those products are going to last a long time, and they're made in more environmentally friendly ways than most clothing companies. So I kind of want to just take it upon all people who are buying clothes, which is everyone, to kind of do the research on the brands before they buy the clothes, because at the end of the day, you don't really know what you're supporting. And when it comes to fast fashion and publicly supporting fast fashion, when I see people do that, to me, they're supporting companies that steal from designers, that cause a lot of environmental issues in our world, and that are also just causing horrible, horrible work environments for their employees, and just don't really care about fixing those problems. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to get out of this video, is to just spread some awareness on what happens in fast fashion and why people are so against these brands. Because from outsiders' point of view, it can be like, oh, well, I buy these clothes, they're super cheap and they last me forever. Which, if you're that kind of person, that's great, and I can't knock you because you're making your clothes last, which is really all I want to do, and why I'm so big on secondhand, because clothes should last longer than 3 to 5 washes. Good clothing pieces will stay in style forever. So there's a lot more bang in your buck versus going with fast fashion brands. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video or learned something, if you could leave a like or a comment down below and hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. But I will see you guys next week. Catch you later.